You may fire when
Hi,
ready.
this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on our comic book creator interviews, including our monthly Chichester chats with comic book legend DG Chichester, superhero movie brackets in our search for the worst comic book movie of all time, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks podcast.
In brightest day,
in blackest nights,
No evil shall escape my sight.
but those who worship evil's might.
beware my power.
Green Lantern's light. Hello and welcome back to Sector 2814, the Green Lantern podcast. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, Master of the Core it is.
I am Will. Hey, everyone.
And it's been a long time. It may not seem that like that to you people, because if you're listening to us on the podcast, it's only been your average week, but
It's been a long week for us.
I was going to say, it's been like a week and a half since we talked. So, yeah. That's right, kids. We're doing like a Saturday instead of our usual Tuesday. All right, but yes, today we'll be talking Day of Judgment Part 1, because we'll be talking the first 3 issues of Day of Judgment and Green Lantern 118. Women. I've been so out of it. Like I was so proud of myself. I'm like, I didn't put it away. I'm like, I could talk to Will about Dark Crisis number 4. I think I already told you about it last episode. I'm like, really?
I think you did. Yeah.
Yeah, you did. I started looking through it again. I'm like, wait a minute, I did tell him all this already. So I was like, what?
It's been so long. Time.
We're getting old, kids.
Yes. Getting senile.
Oh, speaking of getting older, no, I heard back from our good friend Mr. Kona. I mean, not about coming back, but well, I looked at my text messages and I was like, I texted him like a month or 2 ago, right? I think it was like June. I was like, oh man, I got to reach out. So I reached out and I was just like, oh hey Maddie, how's it going? You know, he's preoccupied, William, because remember when that child was just born? Now they're in the potty training.
Nice.
Yes, time marches on, my friend.
It does at an ever increasing pace. It seems like.
I was gonna say my child is gonna be double digits in March, so yes.
Yeah, mine are definitely double digits.
And bigger than you, yes. Hey man, my child's school district starts middle school in 5th grade, so he's gonna be a middle schooler next year. I'm like, weren't you just born?
Yeah, exactly. But that's just like, you know, didn't I buy these comics off the stands just like last week? No, that was 20 years ago.
All right, let's get started on Quantum Zone episode 5 here. Wait, what?
That's right. Exactly.
I know you've been busy with work and everything. Have you been keeping up with She-Hulk?
Yeah, it's actually been. It's cute. It's delightful. Yes.
Yeah, what was this last one? Oh, we got the glimpse of the Daredevil
helmet. Yes.
Yes. That was interesting. Oh my god! And Wong last week with his new friend Madison.
Yeah. With a Y, but not what you.
Not where you think.
Yeah, that was an interesting episode.
Harley Quinn, the season finale was this week.
Yeah, I was watching. We got about halfway through it, and I haven't seen. I'm sorry, the dog is barking.
That's okay.
We got about halfway through it, and we haven't finished it yet. So we're getting close, though.
Well, I was gonna say you got time. Yeah, that was the season finale, and you know. So I'm sure we won't see any till at least 2023. So
yeah, definitely.
But yeah, that's been good.
Tell you what, 1 second. I'm gonna see if I can. Okay, he's being quiet. Excellent. All right, awesome.
Don't talk about me.
Yeah. What else has been going on comic wise? Can't really think of anything.
I mean, there's always so much, or it's just like,
Yeah, we still do. Oh, new previews come out, or is that going to be next
Oh
week?
yeah, look at your messenger. I sent you the link for
Oh,
December. Yeah, don't get your hopes up. Unless I missed it, I didn't see anything Green Lantern. So
okay, that figures.
yeah. I mean, strangely, there was an occurrence. There are some Batman books in December.
Batman,
Really?
my favorite character.
Yeah. Oh wait.
Who? Who?
Batman, my favorite character.
That'll pick your week up. Like I said, I hope by January, but I think into December is still listed. I think I did see. I think it said something about Justice Society #2. So number one must be out before the end of the year. So
that'll be at least Golden Age Green Lantern.
Mhm.
Wonder how they're going to. I wish they would. Yeah, maybe this might annoy some fans, but I've always liked Alan Scott, the Golden Age Green Lantern, being completely separate, not attached to the Green Lantern Corps, his own thing on Earth too, with the Justice Society.
Yeah, I mean they could kind of do that, but just have him not be part of the Lantern Corps and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, especially if like the Starheart or whatever is powering that battery or whatever. I mean, you could have them not even tied to the central. Well, I was gonna say central battery, but whatever we have on Oa right now, or
Yeah, which we're not sure of. But yeah, having his battery be magic based instead of not tied to Oa or anything would be better, I think. But
oh no, that's all I was gonna say. Oh my god, what if John changed that? What if Alan's is tied into the central battery now?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I guess we'll find out because the Justice Society falls under Jeff Johns' purview, right?
I believe so. Yeah. So.
And we don't know. And so far, it looks like Green Lantern is only. Well, we don't know who's associated with Green Lantern. We only know that Emerald Knight is with Jeffrey Thorne, who did the Green Lantern volume.
Yeah, the one shot. Yeah.
The volume. What volume is that we just had?
42. I don't know.
I don't know. Whatever the last 12 issue maxi series was.
Exactly. And it's like the Grant Morrison stuff. So does Green Lantern season 1 is its own is that its own volume, and then is season 2 its own volume? It's like
I don't know. Lots of number ones.
all this new math, man.
Yeah. I was told there would be no math.
This new Earth math.
Yes.
Oh my god.
math.
I mean, I love what Jeffrey Thorne was doing, but can you imagine? Yeah, because like you said, you reminded me. I think Jeff Johns is doing JSA. What if we get a Jeff Johns Green Lantern again?
That would be pretty cool, I think.
I mean, I could see that putting asses in seats. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Heck, maybe a couple books. We can have our golden age again.
4 books a month. Green Lantern every week.
We'd be able to cover something old and something new every week.
That's right. Which would be awesome.
Mm-hmm. Heck yeah. I don't know. I think we'll be lucky to get 2.
I think we'll be lucky to get 1.
I know. It's like I know they want to probably wait for the TV show, but come on, that TV show keeps getting put on hold. Come on.
Yeah, I hope and I wish everyone well associated with it, but I'm taking a, I'm from Missouri stance. Show me, I'm not actually from Missouri, but it's the show me state. There you go. If you have to explain a joke, it makes it funnier, right?
He's somewhere around there. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, hopefully we get a new Green Lantern. This Monday, I don't know if you saw the first episode of the Quantum Leap. I don't want to say reboot, but I don't know if it's like the sequel. It's like basically a new team comes into that project to try to figure out the machine, and a new guy leaps. Yeah.
Oh, the first episode's out already?
No, this Monday coming up.
Oh, coming up. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to it. It looks pretty good.
I hope it's good.
And maybe we'll get to finally find out what happened to it. He never left home.
Yeah,
But-
they need. I need that screen again to say he never came. He never left home until now.
Yeah, well, or
Right.
but that was back then. Maybe he just
Yeah.
slept to the future, which is now. So I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, right now, I think they said Scott Bakula said he has he's not involved at all, but hopefully,
You would think that, and then unfortunately we lost Dean Stockwell.
I know.
Mhm.
So yeah, let's get that scene, him leaping home, and it's like, where's Al? Well, he's
Yeah, that may be something we have to put on the rotation to work our way back through watching all, because I don't think I've seen all of them.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
I believe there's where was I watching it? I think it's there's a free version of the Peacock app, and I think you
Mhm.
can watch the episodes on there. Might be some commercials, but yeah, you can watch it for free. I'm pretty sure.
Cool. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, they are somewhere. I remember with a few commercials. So weird to hear some say with commercials, okay, because Lilith Hellfire is very anti-commercial.
Well, it annoys me to no end that I have to watch commercials on services that I pay for.
Oh,
You
true.
know?
Well, you can pay the extra to get their commercials. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm already paying money. They can not show me commercials.
At least some of the apps where they'll let you skip if they have a commercial at the beginning of something, they'll let you skip past it. But I hate when is it Paramount? They won't let you skip. Sometimes won't let you skip past it. Damn it! I'm paying money here. You got my money.
Well, are we talking about Guy Gardner here? Is that what's going on?
Oh, oh no. Okay, we can get some day of judgment here. Oh, he wants to see his boy get his new clothes. Okay, all right.
Well, I don't know. I'm torn. I never historically liked this development, and rereading it, I don't know that I like it anymore. I guess we'll see.
We shall see. All right. I saw a list that put Day of Judgment #1 before Green Lantern 118, but I think it works. I think 118 comes before the rest of the Day of Judgment issues.
I think I read it the other way, but it does, because he encounters the Enchantress
at the end of towards the end of 118.
118, and then he encounters her in #1 of that.
So let's do that.
Sounds good to me.
All right, kids. So yes, Green Lantern 118, and then Day of Judgment 1, 2, and 3 tonight, and then next week we'll wrap it all up.
Yeah.
All right.
In a bright, shiny Spectre package. Sorry.
He was talking about Hal Jordan's package.
Seems like I'm getting a package every other day.
All right, so Green Lantern #1, Volume 3, #118, November 1999. William, we're close.
Ooh, we're closing in on Y2K.
About what? Probably 2 weeks here. Again, yes, the title is Women. I could just hear someone saying as they're saying this title. It's not women. It's women. All right. So of course, writer, friend of the show. See, it's been so long, I forget where the drop's at. It's probably staring me. Oh,
this is Ron Mars. You are listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
That's right. Ron Mars, penciler, Daryl Banks, inker, Annabelle Rodriguez, colorist Rob Schwager, letterer Chris Iliopoulos, and editors Harvey Richards and Kevin Dooley. Cal and Jade are remember, he's still at the art gallery. Or I don't know. Oh, that's right. We left you on the cliffhanger last time, kids.
Donna showed up.
Yes. Cal and Jade are in an art gallery when Cal's ex-girlfriend, Donna Troy, walks into the room. There is a moment of great discomfort between the three of them as it becomes obvious that Cal is still smitten with Donna. He makes his excuses to Jade and tells her that he needs a bit of closure concerning his history with Donna. Jade storms off in a huff and returns to their apartment. Cal promises that he will meet back up with her later. Cal and Donna go for a walk, and Donna explains that her memory is not what it once was. Her personality is now based upon teammate Wally West's perceptions of her. She has no memory of the time that she spent with Cal. Cal tries to be sympathetic, but grows irritated when he learns that Donna is now involved with another of her teammates, Roy Harper. The two share a passionate kiss, but even this does nothing to help Donna's memory of their time together. They finish their discussion and decide to go their separate ways. On his way home, Cal runs into the Enchantress. The Enchantress appears to be more insane than ever and talks about the end of the world. The two fight for a while, but the battle ends in a stalemate. Meanwhile, Jade grows even more irritated, waiting for Cal to come home. She jots down an angry note and leaves it on his kitchen table before walking out of his apartment. Thoughts, William?
This one was pretty big on melodrama
Yeah.
and otherwise.
I wonder, do you think that's purposely just because, just where these issues were set? It's like, okay, you kind of have to start, okay, Ron, 118 has to be kind of towards the beginning of Day of Judgment, and the 119 has to be like at the end of it. Because I think this was a monthly, wasn't this weekly? So it was like a month, this whole thing
I
happened
think
in a
so,
month. Yeah. So,
It something big like Day of Judgment that affects Green Lantern so kind of fundamentally.
should have been more in the
I feel
story.
like it should have been more in the story, even though it affects him, but doesn't affect him because the Spectre. Well, we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
It affects someone else,
Yeah.
whose book this used to be. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
What was I looking at? Yeah, what about that cover? It's a photostat in the Manhattan skyline with with the characters just like superimposed on it,
Yeah.
which is always interesting. I've seen them do like a bunch of Spider-Mans and stuff like that. Yeah, where they take an actual shot of like New York and throw people on it. But I wonder how far in advance that cover was created, because look at Jade's in her Green Lantern suit.
And she's not a Green Lantern anymore. That's true.
Yeah.
He even mentions that in the issue, if I remember correctly, right?
I believe so. But yeah, I mean, it's been 6 months there, since she's been a Green Lantern, 6 issues ago, about.
Yeah, I
Around
guess
112.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I was like, was this made up ahead of time, or? Although Donna's in her costume and she does not wear her costume in this issue. I guess they wanted to make it look more dramatic.
Yeah, I mean, her as a Green Lantern does look cool.
Yeah.
With green skin.
And the whole thing with the Enchantress, like everyone's kind of familiar with the Enchantress now because that's the first Suicide Squad movie. But I think at this point they hadn't used her in a while, because I remember reading this.
Going, who the heck is she?
I know, yeah, because I mean, at this point, I'd been reading comics for at least 10 years at this point, and I was like, wait a minute, who's the Enchantress?
Well, and I think that besides fixing a certain character, Day of Vengeance was also about introducing what did they call themselves?
Is it the Shadow?
No, not the Shadow Pact. Order of Magic, or what was it?
Oh, yeah.
There's a big splash of them when the Spectre shows up.
Yeah. Oh, the Sentinels of Magic.
There you go. Yeah.
Get it? Sentinel. Yeah. At the end of issue 1, there's a splash page of the Sentinels of Magic. But yeah, again, there, like you said, there wasn't a lot in 118. Just a lot of just how dare you talk to your ex-girlfriend?
Yeah, it's not a lot of Green Lantern action, No.
Just a lot of explanation of why Donna hasn't returned to the book until now.
Yeah. There was a lot of recap, and her personal continuity is kind of a mess.
Yeah, I mean, she originally left because her ex-husband and her son were killed in a car wreck, and then I still don't think I've ever read it, but there was a Wonder Woman storyline where somebody like wipes her from existence, and they can only bring her back through Wally's memories or something.
Yeah,
because I remember they kept talking about it in the Titans book. So
yeah, and they talked about it here too. Yeah. So
I remember she was really freaking out in the Titans book because she's like, "Am I really who I was, or am I just like Wally's shiny, happy memory of me?"
Yeah.
So should we get to the Day of Judgment issues?
Let's do it.
again, I mean, no fault on Ron Mars's part. I just think it was a scheduling thing where it's like, yeah, you have to kind of place this right at the beginning of Day
He
of
has to
Judgment.
encounter the Enchantress in the last page.
Exactly. Can't go too far past that.
Yeah.
All right. Let's pull up the Day of Judgment. All right, Day of Judgment number 1 from again November. Yeah, November. This will all be November 1999 because this whole thing takes place in a month. The Summoning. Writer Jeff Johns, penciler Matthew Smith, inker Steve Mitchell, colorist James Sinclair, letterer Comic Craft, and editor Kevin Dooley. Etrigan frees the fallen angel Asmodal from his imprisonment in hell, and then tricks the Spectre entity without a host into joining with him. Now imbued with God's own divine powers of vengeance, Asmodal swears to take vengeance on the Presence himself, beginning by destroying that which has been created in his image, the peoples of Earth. His first act is to freeze hell over, including Neuron, before wreaking havoc on New York City. And speaking of those last couple pages, Green Lantern and the Enchantress, only recently escaped from her mental institution, are the first to meet the rampaging Spectre as him and a massive host of demons pour forth from the ground underneath Manhattan. Cal calls in both the JLA and the Justice Society, but the Spectre defeats them all, magically passing judgment and going so far as to transmogrify Superman into a literal pillar of salt. He also catches the Quintessence spying on him from their domain and negates them from interfering with his actions. Yeah, we see where Ganthed's been lately.
Yeah. Just out hanging with some
Suits,
bros.
yeah. Having received a premonition of the chaos, Zatanna magically teleports around, assembling a who's who of magical heroes to team up against the Asmodal. Finally, they join together as the Sentinels of Magic and prepare to fight him. Thoughts, William?
I mean, this is a late 90s crossover, right? So
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought the art looked interesting. Who was the artist again?
Matt Smith.
Matt Smith. Yeah, he's going for a kind of a Mike Mignola look, which
Yeah.
I think works. But one of the things that I think makes that style work is that the colors are really muted. So this really has kind of a muted color palette throughout it.
Yeah. Do you think that's intentional just
Oh, yeah.
because the nature? Yeah.
I think so.
I don't know. Like, it depends on my moods. I'm like sometimes like the art's not bad, but sometimes I read the story and I'm like, I don't know if the art fits the story.
Well, I mean, it's certain characters should be drawn certain ways, and you can kind of bend them and morph them and stretch them a little bit and still kind of make it work. But Superman shouldn't be gritty and with lots of
Oh yeah.
it should be sleek and shiny because he's the future and science fiction-y. Batman should be kind of dark and gritty. And different books should have different looks as well, but the problem is we're cramming all those different things
All the different kind of characters. Yeah.
and they're having to take on the look of this crossover. So I think it works for some of them, doesn't work for others, but
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, I think it works fine for Deadman,
Yeah.
but maybe not so much for Green Lantern, just to pick one in particular.
And I was just like, I guess maybe did Jeff Johns just would pick like certain favorite heroes, because I'm like it's kind of like there's certain here. I'm like, where's Wally West? Why isn't Wally West showing up? Or if we're going in the whole JLA,
Well,
I get why John Jones didn't want to show up. I get that, fire all over the place, but
well, we got Stargirl, or
yeah.
I think she's called Stripesy at this point.
Oh, I think because I think Starman still has the staff. Yeah.
Yeah. which is interesting. I don't know if this takes place before or after the Stars and Stripes series
Mm.
or during it. I'd have to. It's been a
Oh,
long time since I read that one.
that's right. I forgot. There's a reason why Wally West didn't show up, because I just plugged in Flash November 1999. We're still in the Walter West storyline, so
Oh, gotcha.
it would have been Walter West showing up. Yes.
Come on, Walter. What are you doing?
So they must have given Wade some leeway. So I think that I'm pretty sure that I thought I remember that correctly. I don't think the Flash book got a Day of Judgment issue. So
Yeah, it just flew on right by it, right?
squeaked right.
Missed that one.
Mark Wade's like, I got something. I got like 50 things going on in this book right now. I can't have time for that. But yeah, no.
I mean, this is a pretty good setup.
Yeah.
Ultimately, we don't know why. I mean, we will find out
Yes.
why the demon Etrigan set this all into motion. But at this point, it's kind of a mystery. Why he would be slumming around in hell with Asmodel, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we get our friend Deadman back, and Firestorm shows up.
Zatanna. We get Dr. Occult. We get the son of Felix Faustus.
Yeah.
Faustus?
Yeah, Felix Faust. Yeah, who's just called goes by Faust, I guess. Yeah. I
so.
kind of sort of remember him from this time.
Because I really feel like this was one. I feel like there were two purposes for this. One was to fix the Spectre and another character.
Yeah.
And the second was to introduce the Sentinels of Magic.
Yeah, it seems like it. Yeah.
And I think that's really
well. Yeah. This was an early. It seemed like it's an early model of Justice League Dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's had that idea. He had that idea floating around 10, 12 years before they actually executed it.
Yeah. Nice.
Well, what was he missing? Detective Chimp? I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, monkeys are cool.
yeah.
Monkeys are cool.
What was it? Oh, yeah, the movie Dead Man is watching appears to be the Dirty Dozen.
Nice.
And the theaters that Tana is working at is called Mark Merlin's. Mark Merlin, also known as Prince Ra-Man, was a mystical hero from the Silver Age who died during Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Oh, we do get to see, in upcoming issues, we get to see some other people.
Dead people, yes.
Yeah. I see dead people.
We see dead people. When was
Both
that
went there.
I was gonna say, what's that?
Sixth Sense.
I was gonna say, when was that movie? Was it out at this point, Art?
Oh, I don't know. Hang on a second. I'll look it up.
I was gonna say, I'm wasn't surprised they didn't use that line. We'll get there where they get the purgatory. I'm surprised Cal or Firestorm wasn't like, I see dead people.
It was a 1999 film.
Ooh, then it might be. This is November 19. It might have been out. Oh,
wow! I did not realize that movie was 23 years old.
I was gonna say, I thought it was either late 90s, early 2000s. I thought. Oh my god! I saw the greatest meme about that the other day. Someone said something about there was a meme about, you think your job is tough. There was a shot of Bruce Willis that says this guy died and he still went to work
every day.
All right, should we get to number 2?
You bet, man. Let's do it.
Day of Judgment number 2, again November 1999. Lost Souls. Creative team is the same. Oh wait, editor Dan Raspler, because wasn't it Kevin Doley last time? Maybe they have multiple editors since this is a weekly thing.
Yeah, I can't imagine trying to wrangle everybody for a weekly book. That's just insane.
And then you got you had a Green Lantern crossover issue, and you had a few Madame Xanadu and Zatanna bind some of the rampaging Spectre's energy into Xanadu's crystal ball, forcing him into a minor retreat with Etrigan. Attempting to initiate against Asmodal, the heroes divide up into 3 teams. A group led by Wonder Woman, consisting of Zuriel, Raven, Supergirl, Mr. Miracle, and Sentinel, travels to Heaven to attempt to convince Jim Corrigan to rebond with the Spectre entity. Superman leads a team down into Hell to restart the Hellfires, consisting of Green Lantern, Firestorm, the Atoms, Zatanna, Faust, and Enchantress, possessed by Deadman. Batman and the... Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Batman
My favorite character.
and the rest of the heroes stay in Manhattan to continue fighting the demon onslaught. Captain Marvel, Stripe, and Starfire are sent into outer space to retrieve the Spear of Destiny from orbit, the only weapon capable of actually harming the Spectre. God, as much as it's been tied to him in the DC universe, I'm surprised it wasn't buried with Hitler or something. The Spear of Destiny. In Hell, Superman's team fights Cerebus and reaches the River Styx. Wonder Woman's team is unable to get Corrigan to leave Heaven, but Saint Michael redirects them to Purgatory, where he suggests they might be able to find more capable souls. See, where did I go? There they are offered assistance by a number of bygone heroes, most prominently Hal Jordan, the former Green Lantern.
Who? Wait, what? Who? I am shocked.
Look who woke up after a tired week, kids.
What?
I knew that was getting his attention, kids.
I, of course, love Hal Jordan.
So, William, what did you think? And most importantly, what did you think the first time you read this?
I think I was like, huh? I mean, honestly, it was kind of so you have this character who has always been science fiction,
Yes.
aliens and all of this stuff, and you're going to bind him to a character that's heaven and hell, magic-y, vengeance. Huh? Yeah, I was just kind of like, what? I don't understand. I mean, we get an excellent explanation for it, later, Rebirth. But at the time, it was like, I thought, this doesn't make any sense. What are they doing?
I don't know. I mean, I guess they could have just raised him from the dead, but do you think is this John's playing the long game? It's like, oh, eventually, hey, if I make Hal the Spectre, eventually I can jump him into being Green Lantern again?
I don't know.
Because I think he's was he the one who wanted like all the classic characters back, like Hal
The
Jordan,
Silver
Barry
Age, yeah.
Allen, yeah.
I don't know. This is 5 years before Rebirth. I don't know if that was even a plan yet,
Yeah, I mean, maybe he's like, I don't know when it's going to happen. I'm going to make it happen.
We'll make it happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was more confusion at the time. What the heck is going on?
Yeah, it's like we're really going to leave Hal Jordan off the table.
Yeah, I mean, and this is of course not necessarily my favorite interpretation of this character. So, but I guess it is good to see him again. So there we are.
Yes, and he's in purgatory because, yes, he was a hero, but his actions as Parallax during Zero Hour and everything else. But he saved the Earth.
Yeah, I don't understand is that he slaughtered a bunch of people. We have 2 confirmed kills, one of them being Kilowog, one of them being Sinestro, right?
Yes.
I don't think and then that becomes canon later on, is that Parallax of course did it. Spoilers.
Yeah. Yes.
And it wasn't even Sinestro there, it was some weird thingy. I don't know. We just kind of gloss over that because the Guardians supposedly brought Sinestro back, but really,
I don't even remember. I guess I'll refresh my memory when we get the Rebirth. But I'm like, did Parallax hang with him in the afterlife?
Yeah, he's grafted to his soul.
Oh yeah, isn't the Spectre start having problems like when Rebirth opens?
Yeah,
Parallax. Yeah. Now it's coming back to me. Yeah.
And then finally, the Spectre is able to free Hal from Parallax.
So maybe that's
Just
why.
in time for him to jump into a Guardian, which,
Yeah.
great timing there.
So maybe that's why he's stuck in purgatory, because Hal would have made it to heaven, but because he's co-twined with Parallax should have went to hell, so they split the difference and just dumped them in purgatory.
Except Parallax isn't really a heaven or hell kind of being. He's, he's a, one of the emotional entities. So,
Yeah.
but Hal is of Earth. So it's kind of confusing because they've taken a character that has nothing to do with, metaphysical stuff or heaven or hell or horror or any of those things or magic, and thrown him in kind of to that, which brings those two worlds together in a ways that aren't complementary to either, I feel like.
I mean, why do I feel like Parallax was like a last minute decision, just to be like, oh, we want some excuse, we don't want it just to be, oh, Hal Jordan was insane and murdered Kilowog, and
Yeah,
and some Guardians.
And some Guardians. But he didn't blow up Oa.
Oh, how dare you! No, he just forced someone to.
So don't think about it.
Hey, Kyle Rayner blew up an empty planet. There's only dead bodies. Everyone else have been taken away already, Will.
But why? They didn't know he was coming back to do that. Why would they anyway? Don't ask questions. It's done. What's done is done.
Jeffrey Thorne, you have to retcon that, where even though John somehow lost his Guardian powers or forgot about him, whatever, with their last dying breath, the Guardians like implanted like a subconscious message in Jon Stewart's head. Yeah, however you can do it, get these people off this planet
now.
Yes.
Well,
not even knowing about Parallax, but just like, oh hey, yeah, he could blow up the planet, but we're gonna be gone. So these, every being on this planet is gonna be defenseless once we're gone.
Well, in the latest Green Lantern series, John was talking to Ganthet, right? Was that before? Did they say Hal is on his way, or the other Guardians are already gone, or I can't remember when that takes place during Emerald Twilight. But he does. There's a scene where John is remembering talking to Ganthet.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, it's. But yeah, I don't know. Just like I said, I don't know if it's just the art. It doesn't seem to match the story for me. I remember every time I read the story, I'm like, I don't know. There's something about, maybe it's the Hal Jordan twist. I don't know, but something about this story just like, I don't want to say bugs me, but just something about this doesn't seem right to me, and I don't know what it is.
Well, there's something that always annoys me.
Well, yeah.
If you put God in a story, then God is subject to plot and characterization and all these things. And yeah, exactly. So you can't. Anyway, I have problems with it. Well, why didn't God just do this if God is all powerful? He's God in the story, or she's God in the story, or whatever. Why go through all this? Why let it happen? Yeah, I mean, you could start asking lots of questions that you can, because this is a character in a story, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
My big question is, Azrael, Agent of the Bat, got a crossover issue? Yes, and I do remember that, yes.
Oh, I did not remember
Fairly
reading that.
tangentially, I think he saw a spirit of his dead father or something. Yeah, it's has nothing to do with the plot, kid. So you really, if you don't want to read that, you don't have. Has nothing to do with the story. It was kind of more like a reason for something. Oh, that's right. Superman, the Man of Tomorrow, number 15 was the crossover issue. The quarterly book was the crossover issue.
Oh, nice, because they had their other stuff going through the other one.
Because I believe it was about Superman's time in hell.
Oh, hey, and we've got Batman fighting demons.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Batman, my favorite character.
Oh yeah, it wasn't even one of his regular books. Yes, I did remember that, but yeah, that is on the list. What was it? Batman Day of Judgment number 1 or something? Yeah.
Oh, he got his own one shot. Nice.
Got his own fancy. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think anyone. Yeah, no, I don't think anyone else got that.
Well, he is Batman. Batman.
Batman, my favorite character.
Bat God. All right. Should we get to the last one
You bet.
for this week? All right. All right, kids. So yes, for this week, again, we'll leave you like on another cliffhanger, kind of. 2 weeks in a row. All right. Day of Judgment number 3. I'm waiting for it to load. All right. And again, yeah, November 1999. Oh, 2 pencilers, Matt Smith and Christopher Jones this time. Everyone else is the same. Oh, and I don't have a synopsis for this one. Thanks, guys. All right, so here, let me pull out number 3.
All right. So I love the fact that, hey, we're going to do our best. We're going to, we're going to come up to the gates of heaven, and we're not going to get let in, 1.
Yeah.
And 2, Jim Corrigan's going to say, neener, neener, I'm staying.
I know. But no, I mean, this is weird because they sent Stripe and Captain Marvel and Starfire to get the Spear of Destiny. That was dark. It was like, what is it? It was like on an asteroid. They get there and there's like a bunch of like dead cosmonauts on there.
Yeah, zombie cosmonauts.
I'm like, I don't know if that's cool or creepy, but like, well, both.
Why not both?
Oh yeah, but yeah, we see the others talking to Hal in Purgatory. Who did we get in Purgatory? We had Vigilante, we had
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker, Rick Flag,
Mhm.
What is that? Sargon the Sorcerer or whoever?
Yep. Who died during Alan Moore's run on Swamp Thing, I believe.
Mm-hmm. That's funny. It's probably like, it's probably no one there from pre-crisis or anything. I said that's what I want. Anytime like someone time travels, they time travel back far enough. I want them to like jump to pre-crisis.
But they can't because that's a separate timeline, right?
I know, but they need to do something where it's just like, well, no, that all happened. You guys just don't remember that.
Yeah. Well, technically it did. It all happened now.
Oh yes, everything.
Because we have
we have infinite Earths and hyper time, kids. So
and infinite. What is it called? Infinite Horizon. Infinite. What is it?
Yeah, I think it's something like that. Yeah, I don't know if they have even been saying that lately. Oh, but they're saying, after Dark Crisis is over, we're getting the dawn of a new DC universe in January.
What day is this? We've dawned several times already.
It's not an Emerald Dawn; it's a dawn for the DC universe. That's what we need. We need an Emerald Dawn after the dawn DC dawn. Yes.
Or wait, are we going to have a Bright Crisis?
Ooh.
I don't know.
Bright, shiny, happy crisis?
Tune in next time.
Oh yeah, and then the others are in hell and they're seeing like their worst fears and stuff.
Oh yeah, because they fall into, I think, the river Styx, right?
Yes, yeah. But Faust isn't affected because I guess he doesn't have a soul. So he pulls out Enchantress and we see back on Earth Batman and the others trying to defeat all these demons. And then we get some of the crew go to the Tower of Fate. Oh God, Dr. Fate. My helmet's whispering to me, hell is in the air. Earth needs a doctor.
Now, see, I'm completely lost when it comes to Dr. Fate because there was a Fate series where he had a dagger of fate and had a tattoo on his face or something.
Yeah, was that I think that was that a different guy? Yeah,
that was maybe mid-90s.
Yeah, I think so. I think it was just Fate. I don't think he was even a doctor. I think it was just Fate. Yeah. And now, like the new guy is like, there's a new guy. He's like a young guy. He's like a medical student or something, unless they changed that again. But yeah, Although, who knows? They might change that back with Justice Society coming back. Who knows?
Exactly. Yep.
Although that Naboo man, he gets around.
Apparently.
Big old mystical slut. Okay, I get he's a cool character, but I'm like, what's really Mr. Miracle gonna do here? I get he has cool like apocalyptic technology, he can escape from any trap, but I'm like,
He's a god, a new god.
what's he gonna do in hell? Oh yeah, oh yes, and this was back when Supergirl was like an Earthborn Angel or something.
Yeah, not Kara Zor-El.
Yeah, no, it was kind of Matrix, but then Peter David like kind of mashed her together with an angel or something. Yeah. And they got rid of the protoplasm, so she's no longer a shapeshifter.
And then she got canceled, and then in a couple 5 or 6 years we get
what was it, like
2003
early to mid 2000s? Yeah, was it
yeah.
They brought back
Did they do that in JLA or did they do that in Batman Superman?
Batman Superman, yeah. Or yeah. I think it might have been Jeff. Was it Jeff Loeb? I think
maybe. I don't know. It's been a while.
But yeah, they had they just restarted the whole thing. Yeah, they had her crash the Earth and stuff.
And then they did it again in New 52.
Exactly. So yeah, we just basically get everybody fighting their battles. Then at the end, Hal comes swooping in, and yeah, Alan's like, we couldn't get Jim Corrigan, but guess who we got?
Batman's like,
Batman's just like, F no. But then the Spectre turns Hal to glass.
Mm-hmm. And exactly that happens.
Yeah. I love you guys. Well, that was quite a struggle. Was there anyone else you want to pin your last hopes on? So how's that for a cliffhanger, kids? Hal Jordan gets turned into glass and shattered.
Noise.
So, William, thoughts? Your hero's been destroyed, literally. How do you feel?
Yeah, I did buy this when it came out all those years ago. But again, I think this was met more with confusion on my part than anything. Why would you do this? This is not, you got your chocolate and my peanut butter, happy Reese's peanut butter cup. This is science fiction hero, Wrath of God horror figure. Let's put them together and make great things. Now, having said that, the way that a certain Mr. J.M. DeMatteis wrote the Spectre, the series that springs out of this, was pretty darn amazing. I went in not wanting to like it because it wasn't, really what I wanted to read, but it was very well done.
Yeah, I think that was my problem. Like, I remember not wanting to read it because of the reasons you named, but I don't think if I had realized J.M. DeMatteis was writing that Spectre, I would have given it a shot. So
yeah, at the time I was like, no, I don't. I didn't know what it was, and based on my preconceived notions, I didn't really want to know what it was because I was like, this, you got to be kidding. Why would you do this? This is crazy. But it was a very well written book, and I've read about half of it now. I need to read the back half of it. We're doing that probably next year?
Oh no. I mean, we split them into a few chunks. I thought we had some Spectre on here for this year. Oh no, wait. Yeah, this is this year. Oh, maybe it is until next year. I thought we had them for this year, but hold on. Let me open the schedule for next year. That's right, kids. I have a schedule for next year. It's easy. Oh yeah. Wait a minute. Okay. 9 through 17 I have for the first week of January. So where's or did I just look? Oh, No. Yeah, because we're kind of gonna do most or all of them like the last week of this year, the first week of next year. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, kids, for your New Year's Eve or day before New Year's Eve, you'll get your first half of that. All right. So anything else, William?
I think that's it.
All right. So yes, kids, it's coming next week. We're gonna wrap this baby up. Yes, we'll cover Day of Judgment 4 and 5, JLA 35, where they meet the new Spectre, and Green Lantern 119. And then in 2 weeks, Green Lantern 120 and Secret Files and Origins number 2.
Cool.
Yeah. So we only got like 1, 2. Yeah, we only got like 4 more weeks of Mars. Well, until he comes back. So
Are we gonna do those last ones as a chunk of 6 or break them up?
what? Well, in 3 weeks we'll do Green Lantern 121 through 124. So that's 4. And then the week after we'll do 125 through 128. So I think it's like the last Mars, and then I think it's like 3 fill-ins or something.
What about the last 6 issues of this series, though? Are we doing those as a chunk?
I believe I have that here. Let me open up next year's schedule. Yeah. Because I got 176 through 181 is one episode. So
Gotcha.
that'll be episode 115, kids.
Woohoo!
Then some. Oh yes. And please come back before then. But yes, Green Lantern Rebirth will be episode 117, kids.
Nice.
And again, I don't have anything on the schedule. Forgot what to do for episode 100 because I left that open, baby. You pick whatever you want, Will. All right. So should we get out of here?
You bet.
All right, kids. Yes. So send us your thoughts on Day of Judgment. Again, definitely we can read them next time because yes, next week we'll we'll finish that up. Email us CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find Sector 2814 on Facebook, on Twitter. Find links to all the various social medias for all the shows we do. The YouTube channel, again, please subscribe so you don't miss anything we do there. Interviews are there. A new Jam DeMatteis interview, speaking of, just went up on YouTube. So smash that subscribe button so you don't miss a second of it.
Smash it.
And the Patreon, again, we're paying for this out of our own pocket. Every little bit helps, but $3 to $5 gets you early access to creator interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats.
I got the good mic out for you guys.
And superhero movie brackets, because Lilith loves pain. We will find the worst superhero movie of all time. And of course, please pick yourself up some Capes and Lunatics and Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks merch. Find it all at Linktree, linktr.ee/Capes and Lunatics. And if you want to know what, I don't know what God looks like, but a man who does a stunning impression of his son, Matt Kona. Find him everywhere on social media at Matt Kona, MATTKONA. He has the humor of a god. I'll just tell you that much.
Slow down. We need this for drops. See you later, Bunky.
All right, Mr. Will Allred, master of the core, master of the quantum zone, master of the Kickstarter, master of crossover division, master of podcasting. He's a jack of all trades, kids. Mr. Will Allred, where can
master of none. You can find me at Wallred. That's at WALLRED at Gmail and Twitter and Facebook and other places that I think I've forgotten to that I've set up. But you can also find me, find out more information about Crossover Division at crossoverdivision.com. Number 4 should be coming. It was successfully funded on Kickstarter a couple of months ago or last month, so it should be going to the printers soon, I hope. And then if you want to find out more about it, if you want to find out also about Diary of Night, you can go to diaryofnight.com. It's another book that I have written. And if you want to see me hang out with and annoy other hosts of podcasts, you can check out Explain Yourself with myself and writer Kevin Joseph. We do that every Friday night at 11 p.m. Eastern Time, and we speak with Kickstarter comic creators about their live projects. It's a lot of fun. And finally, you obviously have great taste. So if you want to learn more about Quasar, because of course you love Quasar, who doesn't? And you can check out all kinds of cool stuff about Quasar at the Quantum Zone, quantumzone.org.
All right, if 2 drops or any more apropos, it's this week.
I, of course, love Hal Jordan.
And
I am God.
Nice.
damn it, if God didn't have any dialogue, could have got you to do a line. Oh, speaking of, explain yourself. Do you want to announce you have a certain someone coming up soon?
Yes, we've got it. We've got him tentatively scheduled at the moment for, I think it's October, whatever. Is it Friday, October 14th? Is that?
I don't know, but coming up soon, kids.
Coming up soon, we should have writer J.M. DeMatteis.
Yes.
On the show, which I'm really looking forward to, because chatting with him is always a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, trust me. If it's humanly possible, he'll be there, because I know he really wants to promote that Kickstarter.
Yeah, you bet.
I said I was in awe. Usually I have to contact people. He contacted me. He's like, "Hey, is there any chance I can come on and promote?" And I was like, "Yeah."
2 thumbs way up.
I never want to bother you. No, please come on. No, it was perfect timing, because Charlie and I were gonna, for the 50th anniversary, we're gonna talk some of J.M. DeMatteis wrote some of the final issues of Johnny Blaze's original Ghost Rider series. I was like, yeah.
Oh wow.
He was pretty knowledgeable. He was like, I don't remember a lot of this, but I was like, I'll do my best. But yeah, no.
Yeah.
Once you remind him, he's like, oh yeah. But that's what I told him this morning. I said, I'm surprised that it's like the last 14 issues or so don't get like a lot, more attention than they do, because it went from Roger Stern to J.M. DeMatteis. I'm like, that's a strong backpack writing team there.
That's a pretty awesome writing team right there.
And he's like, yeah, just like on my Captain America run. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, Will's like, come on, fall asleep here. All right, kids. Thank you for joining us. Again, we'll wrap up this whole damn thing next time. Get it? Hell, damned. Get it?
The devil, you say?
I sent you to heaven to get half of the Spectre back, and you bring me this washed up old test pilot. Come on,
what's wrong with you people?
Batman's like, I would have got Corrigan.
Yeah. No, I'll just do it. Get out of my way.
Oh, speaking of, yes, we're recording this on the day because we're doing a Saturday for once. Oh, hey, Ray, happy Batman Day.
Yeah.
All right, kids, come back next time. And remember, it's going to be a hot time in the old town tonight. Batman's getting roasted. Good night.